are going to understand binary tree zigzag level order traversal problem. So this is a medium level question on the Leetcode, so you need little time to do hands-on, right? So if you have already basic understanding of binary tree, so you can start with, right? So binary tree is a tree that have at least you can say, let's suppose this is a node you have, right? So it should have at least one zero, you can say, node. Either this is null, this is also null, or there will be one elements, or there can be more than one element, or not maximum two element, right? Either it should be zero element, zero children, one or two, maximum two. So this is called either one or two, you can say, or the zero, right? So you can say this is the binary tree. So the binary zigzag level traversal. So if you start with this root, right? So now you have to come in the zigzag format, right? Like this you have to go, right? And then you have to traverse like this. So you can see this is a G format, right? Zigzag format, you can say. So in this way we have to return the traverse node results into. So Q is a data structure, linear data structure, you can say, where we can add elements from front, right? This is called front, right? We can add from here, or we can add from here also, right? Both side we can add element. So this is front and this is your rear, right? So to add from the front side, we have in Java we have a ready-made method on the queue. We can use add first, right? We can add first if you want to add from this in this way, right? In the front, from the front side. So you have to pass the element. And if you want to add from the rear side, right, what we have to do? Add last, and then you can say we will pass E. Got it? So somewhere you can see also it's open like this, right? You can make it open like this. Okay, so this is your nothing but your queue. Okay, so on the queue data structure we can add the element from front side and the left side, rear side, right? From both sides we can add the element, right? Now think about our problem. So in our problem, what we have given? We have given a root element, right? There will be a queue, right? We will add 3 as one element on the queue, and along with the queue we will add one null element. Okay, why we are going to use null element, that I will tell you later. Okay, just think that when we have the root element, right, root we have given, right? So root is nothing but our 3, root data is nothing but our 3, right? So we will add the root node value and the null element into the you can say queue. So when we are going to add first here, right, this is nothing but our what? Our element, right? So root element. So we will initialize the queue first, then we will add what? Root, right? 3, and then the null. Then we'll go through the elements, right? How to retrieve the elements, right? And then on the queue we will check how to implement the elements, right? How to implement the other elements, right, on the queue. So if we will poll from the element now, let's suppose, but before polling we have to check what? In the in this queue, right? In this queue, is it null or not? That we will do all the things, right? So first what we will do? We will add onto the queue, right? Then we will add what we will add? Root we will add, and then one null element we will add. Then what we will do? We'll check on the queue. If queue is not empty, right, then we will take a current node, right, and we will remove from the what? Queue. This is our poll, right? We have done polling, means 3 is now removed. So on the queue what is remaining here? Only null is remaining here, right? No more elements are there. Okay, so now we are going to do some understanding, right? Let's understand. So you have got your element, that is nothing but our current, right? and your you can say the queue having only null element here, right? Null element. There is no more element, but current is now at here. What we have done? Queue dot we have done poll, right? And then we have retrieve our current. So there is two condition. Once you got your element, right, there is two condition. What is the condition? We will make, let's suppose we'll check current. When current is not null, right? When current is not null, then what we will do here, right? Or if it is null, means we will go in the else condition, right? Two things we will check. First, we'll check our current node. Let's suppose we had a 3, right, in initially. Then what we have? 9 and 20 we had, right? So first we'll talk about these two element first, right? This tree, right? So now we have current is at what? 3. So if we have a poll from here, right? Now we have here 3. Okay. So when current is not null, means we have 3, right? Then what we should do? Obviously, you should go with its children, right? As well as you have to add this root node on a list. So we will create one list, right? And on the list we will add an element. So let's suppose this is nothing but your list. Okay. So we will add on the list. Okay. When we reach current is null, right? So sorry, this part is done, right? When current is not null, means we will, what we will do in to do, add to the list, add data on the list, or root data on the list, or current data on the list, right? On the list. So we have done. Okay. When we see current as a, again this part is done, right? This part is done. So until our queue is not empty, so there should be in this should be in the while loop, right? So until queue not empty, right? Till that this while loop will run, right? So second time what will happen? We will see when we are going to poll this null. So current is now what? Current will point to null now here, right? It will point to null. So what we will do? We will think that one row is completed, right? It means what? It means when null is your null element, your current element is null, it means your one row is completed. Are you understanding? One row is completed. Okay. This is the meaning of our first, you can say, condition, right? So when we are going to check for this element, right? So initially what we have done? Initially we have add onto the queue, right? Then what we have done? We have gone to the while loop. Then we will check what? If current having data, right? It means we will add that list onto the, you can say, queue, right? And then on the list. Otherwise, if it is not the condition, means it means what? One row is completed. That we have to think, right? So this is the basic thing. But when we are going to add onto this, right? So we have to do some activity, little more activity action on this one. So what are the things we will check? So we have to check, are we this is going to is left direction, in the left direction, right? This is we are going into the right direction. Okay. So we'll take one variable and we'll say is left. Are we going to is left? So initially, once we are going to add onto the queue, we will mark this as a true, right? Initially. So once this is done, right? Once this is done, means we have completed the if condition, right? Initially. So when we will update this one, right? So once our one row is completed, then only we will do, right? So in this activity, we will update is left as a false, right here in the else condition. So once your row is completed, right? So now we will go into another row, right? So this list should also be updated as empty. But before that, this list should be gone to where? onto the you can say once this one row is completed, we will add onto the rest, right? So here we will add onto the result. So result should be add onto the list, right? So in this way we will implement this code, right? And then we will complete the code, right? I think you have understood, right? Okay, now we have flipped the itself. Once the one row is completed, we have made reinitialize, you can say, list. We have reinitialize, yeah, you can say switch. We have opened the switch. When it left, then it become now is left is now false, right? For the second time, right? What about the next level of the row, right? So when 3 is not null, means it's have some children, right? So once the row is completed, right, then we will not do anything, right? But once we have visited one row, that we should check 9 and 20, right? So here we will also check, what we will check, this will go actually in the else condition. Okay, so here we will check what we have, left or right, right? Left we have, right we have. If this is not null, we will add onto the queue, right? So now previously what we had null data we had, right? We have already removed the you can say 3. Now we will add on the what, 9 and 20 we have to add, right? So null, then we will use add last, right? We have to add here, right? So we will use add last. We'll add 9 and then we add last this one. So in this we will do, why we will do, because first we will check the root is null or not. If it is current is null or not. If it is not null, what we will do, we'll put into the queue, right? Then we will do what, we will check is this left or right. If this is left, let's suppose we are going left, so we will use add on the current on the list, we will add first, right? Here add first we will do. But if we are going from this way, right, let's suppose we are going in this way, and we will check is left is true, but it is not true, means here we will go two things again inside if and else condition will come, right here. So in this else condition we'll check is left true, means we are going from here in this way, right? So we'll add 3, add first, no problem, right? Or at last we will do, that will also work, because there is only one element, right? At last, when we will go in this way, right, so we will check 20 and 9. So how the result should come in the list, it should be 20 and then it should be 9, right, in the list. So we will say if we are going is left is false, means we are going right side, right? So first we will add first. What we will do, add first we will use, and then on the list dot add first and list dot add first, right? Add last we'll do like this, right? So this element will move like this if this is like that, right? Add last we will do, add first we will do, and then last we will do, okay? And then upper element will be here. So this is for is left or right, so this condition. So if we will summarize this one, so what you have understand till now, so we are saying we have our first row element 3, we will put 3 onto the queue, right, and 1 null, right? Now we will come into the while loop. While loop will check if queue is not empty. Until queue is not empty, we will remove one element from the queue. We will say this is current. We will think if current is not null, right, and current is null, right? So if current is not null, right, it means we have completed one row. If it is current is null, it means we have completed one row. Otherwise we'll say we have not completed the row. Let's do something. Are we going from is left? If yes, then what we will do, we will add last to the element. If we are going from this way, right? Then we will say no, first we will add on the list, add first 20 and then 9, right? And then what we will do, we'll check other elements, its children. Is its children is null or not? If not null, then we'll add 9 and then 20, right? You can see here, right? 9 and 20 we will add, and then we will move to the else condition. Else condition means we have completed one row. Once our one row is completed, we will update is itself value, and then what we will do, we'll reinitialize the list, right? So that we can add second time here, right? Because first time we will add 3, then we have to reinitialize the list, then we will have 20 and 9, right? Like that we will do, and then once and we will put all into the result, right? List of list will do, right? Like that. So now understand the code. Okay, so I was saying we have root, right? So root is nothing but our 3 right here. So if this root is null, we will return a empty list of list will return, right? Because our root is already null, so we will not reverse any element, we will return the element, right? Now what we should do, we will create one result, and at the last we will return this result as answer. But before that we have to traverse in zigzag wise, and we will add all the list, each level you can say, onto this result, and we will return. So how we'll do, let's understand. So first I told you that we will create one queue, right? Like this we will create one our queue. Okay, so I will not again I will write like this one and this one, but I will take as a, you can say, as a array. Okay, so we'll 3, and then we will add what, null, right? Two things we will add. So we have added our root and null as here, and we have initializes our queue. Now what we will do, for level list we'll say nothing but our list, right? And one we will take is left or not, right? Is order we are going is left side from left side, right, or right side. So initially we will take left side, and it is true because I want to go like this, right? Then we will come in zigzag like from, you can say, right side, and then again we'll go left side, right? So next what we will do, we'll come with its children like this. Okay, before that what we have to do, we have to, in the queue we will check is queue size is greater than 0 or empty, is empty. Until that this while loop should run. Then we will find our current node. So on the current, if we will do poll, right, our current have what, 3, right? So we'll check current. If it is not null, we'll do some activity, right? Otherwise we'll think our loop is completed, right? So in this activity, if current not null means if current not null means what, if current not null, then this activity we have to run, right? So in this, first we will check what, is it left or right, is left or right, right? Remember I had told you we will make one if condition, this, and then else. We are doing where, in this current is not null, right? So we have made one current is left or right. So if it is in the left, we will add on the last, right? List dot add this. So this current is nothing but our on the list 3 at last. So initially our list doesn't have any data, so we will have 3 element. Otherwise we will add on to the first. Okay, that we will talk about the next level, right? This condition is not came. Now what we will do, the current, we will check current node having left, this is nothing but our 9, and this is nothing but our 20, right? So these are not null, right? So we have to add onto this queue. So this queue will look like now what, we have null, then we have because previous element we have already deleted, removed. Now we will have what, 9, and then we have 20. This is our queue. Once our current is completed, if current not null completed, right, means we will reach our flag will reach to else, right, but else will not completed because current is not null. When current become null, then we will come into else, right. Now we will go to the next, our pointer will move to the null, right. Now current will point to what? Null. So now current is null. When current is null, means we will come to this level, right, this condition. It means we have completed one level, right. Then whatever we will have on the list, here you can see this is our list, will add on to the result. So result, this is your result. On this we will add one list, this is 3, right. Then the second level we will add, and so on, we will add on to this list, right. And then for this list we will reinitialize again, so that next level we can add more elements from the empty, right. So 9, 20, like that we have 20 and 9, right, that will come in the next level, right. So we will mark this as a reinitialize, right. Then we'll check if q size not greater than 0, sorry, e greater than 0. If q size greater than 0 means we still have the data, like 9 and 20 we have. Then what we will do, we will add one null on the last, means next we will do null we have already removed, 9 we have 9, then we have 20, now we will add null. Got it? Like this we will do. Okay, we will add like this, and then we will switch is left to true to false. Now it is false, means we will move next this way. Okay, so now we are going for another level. Okay, so previously we have completed what? Root node was 3, and this is now completed. Okay, now we have we have added 9 and 20, right, and we have already added on the queue, right. Then we'll go to the next level of this one. I think this is 15 and this is 7. Okay, so we have in the queue what we have data in queue, we have 9, 20 and null, right, this data we have. Okay, now list is already empty, we have marked list as a empty, right, and is left is false. Now we are going in this way because we have completed this way, we have completed. So this was previously true, now it is false, right. Means one row is completed. Now our pointer will be here at 9. So now current will become 9, right, means we will go again on this loop, right. So one current is null, right, we have to check what? This condition, if it is true or false. If it is false, means we will come here on the list. So in this list we will add what? We have add first, right. So we'll add first. What we will add here? Let's suppose on the list we will add 9. Okay, like this. Okay, sorry, we have came 9 and 20, right. Yeah, correct, 9 first. So like this we will come. Okay, next we will check its left and right element, right. At last we will add this element, go into the last element, right. It is true. Yeah, correct. Yeah, correct. So we will have we will come if is order left is now what is, it is false, right. Once it is false, we have 9 and 20 onto the list, right. Now we will add 9 here onto the list, and then we will move its children. So its children are nothing but our null, so we will not add these elements, right. Now what we will do, so our queue become now 20 null, and there is no element, right, it is null, so we will not going to add any element, but we will have this data like this, right, in the queue. Now we will reach onto here list. No, we will not reach here because it is not empty. What is not empty? Current is not null, right? Again we will move to here, right? So we will come back here again and we'll say, is it true or false, right? So it will say still it is false, right? Means we will come on to the first element, right? So 20, current is now what? 20. Okay, now 20 will going to add on to the where? First. So 9 is already there, but we have to add 20 on the first. So 20 will come first, 9 will come here. So this is the switch you have to understand, right? That is why we have used this first, add first, right? So that when it is coming from right to left, right, means it is having false, right? That time it will switch and then it will work properly, that we require, right? That is why we have to make this inside if we will have to add this if condition. Got it? When we are coming from right to left, then it will work properly. Otherwise we will continue like this. Okay, now it is null, means our current is null, right? So when current is null, we will come here, we will do reinitializing, we will add this list onto the list of list. So previously we had 3 onto the list, now we will add one more, is 20 comma 9. Let me write like the array, and this is nothing but our list of list, that is your result. This is your result, this is your queue. So now this is also removed, so queue having only null, and so it was null, so we have added onto the result, right? So onto the queue, when we have added null, right, one row is completed now, right? But before coming to null, right, we have added this one, right, on 20, but we have to visit these two also, left and right, means we will add left means 15 and right means 7, right, like this. So this is your pure you can say queue. Okay, now similarly we'll move here, right, then we will add here, right? Oh sorry, once our null is completed, so we will add on to the result, right? As well as you can see, if queue is not empty, we will add one more null here, right? Again we will now we are going from this way, so it is become what? True. So 15 we will add, then 7 we will add last we will do onto the result. So your result, your list will be look like this, 15 and 7, because we are going from left side, right? So add last will do, so first add last, it will go here, add last, it will come here, right? So this is your list, we will add list into your result here, one more result will come. Once we will reach here, right, null, it means what? We have completed the row. So we will reinitialize everything, we will add on to this this list, we will add on to the result, initialize list as a null, right? And then you can say switch, we will do switch, and then finally we will come here. So like this, like that, we have to do the implementation of the zigzag level, right? Give me 1 second, I will do cleaning. Okay, so for the zigzag level, what I have told you, so we have our root, then we have our list, you can say children, left and right, then it's left and right, and then it's left and right. So when we will go in this way, right, so our is left will be true or false, right? So we will find out true or false. So it is true, then what we will do, we will add our this queue, and on the queue we will add on the root and null, and then we will have our this is order left, are we going from left to right, so left true, then we will add, our queue is already not empty, we will move onto the current, will come from the queue, we'll check current not null, then we'll do this activity. If current is null, means we have completed one row. So if current is not null, we'll check are we going left or right, so we'll say we are going from left, means we'll add last, otherwise we'll add add first, right? And similarly we'll continue adding on the queue. So this is very easy question, right? You have to add first root onto the queue, then null, and then we'll check the current, and current will check based on current is null or not null. Once current is null means we have completed the row. If not completed, then we will check is are we going left to right. So if we are going to left means we will use add last. If we are going not is from the left means we are going for the right, is add first was we will do. That's a very simple easy problem. So it will take O of n time as a complexity because we have to visit all the nodes, and we are not taking any, we are taking a queue, right? So O of n as a spaces will take. So thank you guys, thank you for watching this video, and if you any doubt, let me know in the comment section, and please subscribe for more videos like this, and please let me know if you have any doubts. Thank you guys.